Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
And a happy Monday to you all. Hope you are doing well wherever you may find yourself. It has been pretty nice compared to the start of last week where we had those freezing cold temperatures in for us, and not much cold weather is in sight this week as we are going to begin to see a nice warm-up approach our region. I'm Weatherman Dustin Staples. Appreciate your company and thanks so much for checking us out here on the Neighborhood Network. If this is your first time watching us, we appreciate you doing so. Head over to our Facebook page. That is facebook.com/BTW21. Like and follow there. You can also head to our YouTube channel. Of course, we haven't really talked about this much, but again, we are doing that, of course, that subscription giveaway up to 100. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers. So now we are well past 670, I think. That is where we are. So we're 2/3 of the way there. So head over to youtube.com/BTW21News and subscribe there so you won't miss any of our live news feeds or video postings and stuff of that nature. We had lots of sunshine today. We had after a chilly start today. We are going to begin to see the sunshine continue to filter on, feeling more like it needs to be for this time of year. Nothing like we saw last week. It felt like December compared to any other time of the year. We would have said, if this was December or January, we would have said, yeah, this is typical. This is October, folks. Of course, for Halloween is now a lot less than a week away. So if you got your costume, go ahead and take advantage of the nice weather to get that ready for you. Maybe do some photo opportunities to get out there and do some fall photos with your family or do some Halloween practice photos. I don't know what you do now. The kids nowadays do so much of this stuff. It's so hard to keep up with. So parents, you are understanding what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, let's get you on now to some overnight lows. Temperatures tonight, again, not as cold. That is the noticeable thing with this evening. We are going to see clear skies, calm, crystal clear overnight lows dipping in the 40s out there for us. So not as bad of a start to the day. It'll be on a Tuesday with the calm wind expected. That'll be the good news with that as well. As you're getting your day started tomorrow morning, and we'll wake up in the mid-40s with lots of sunshine in the morning. We'll see a fair weather mix of sunny clouds in the afternoon. Your highs coming into the mid-60s to low to mid-70s from Rocky Mount down to Ridgeway. Of course, this is race weekend, and you're going to be in for a nice treat for any of our visitors who are visiting the town this week. So enjoy yourself. Welcome to Martinsville. We are glad that you are spending part of your week with us here in the Half Mile of Mayhem there at Martinsville Speedway. Real quickly, I want to run by here. Of course, the pollen levels, or maybe you are noticing a little bit of the nasaliness, if that's a word. Right now, low pollen levels all this week. Right now, of course, the main concern is grasses and ragweed, so really not much of concern for us on that note. Let's get you to the important thing you all have to, I leave you all in such a suspense with every Monday. How is the rest of the week looking like to be? So not a bad day for Tuesday. A lot of mix of sun and clouds out there with the gradual clearing, mostly sunny in the evening. So not a bad day to get out there. High 72 with an overnight low of 50. So a mild overnight lows, so back to near normal anyway, to say the least. Wednesday, we'll have a cold front that's going to be passing through the area. That's why there's a 20% chance of some little rain that may be forecasted to fall out there. Other areas are going to remain pretty dry, so if you don't see any rain, you may most likely see variable cloud covers, clouds thickening up late in the day on your Wednesday, but nothing to be complaining about. Thursday, a lot of sunshine, back to a little few degrees near normal. Nothing to be complaining about. A plentiful sunny day. So any outdoor activities you have this week, go ahead and take advantage of them. Of course, a lot of times we have the truck races scheduled. There's some things on Thursday. The Speedway is going to be opening up Friday, and Saturday, of course, is the big race there outside of the Martinsville Speedway. So right now, Friday's looking not too bad for any of the races, any of those pacer laps. You're going to be doing anything out there about a little cool. So if you're not heading out to the raceway, Friday night football is also going to be pretty chilly too. But again, there's nothing to be comparative to how cold it was over the weekend. So if you thought, man, this is pretty brutal, and you're like, man, we're not even near December yet. Well, get ready, folks, because this is looking to be a pretty interesting winter. We'll talk more about that as we get closer into December, into next coming up in January. So there are some signs that this winter could be pretty active, and that is all I will say on that note. So again, several months away. The winter outlook came up last week, showing us some above average temperatures and, of course, near to above average precipitation levels for our area. So we will see what's in the making as we get closer to the winter months. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, when was the last time we've had a good snow? And we've had some good snows. We have to go back to 2018, back in early December. I'm sure a lot of the kids remember this. They were out of school for the whole week. To put it out there as well. So no snow in the forecast this week, a lot of sunshine and some nice weather heading out to the Martinsville Speedway race weekend, or heading out to any of our high school footballs games. You should not have nothing to be complaining about. Something, though, I want to note on real quickly is that, yes, we have burn season under effect, and thankfully, we haven't had as many house fires. We've gone to one or two of them. Luis has been to a few of those reports in our area. However, though, yes, it has been dry. You're not going lucid. You're not saying, man, it seems like it has not rained in forever. This has been a pretty average rainfall for the so far, because we've had those nice leaves that are changing on time. We've had the nice cool and cold overnight lows. And yes, we've had spurts of rain that's not like days of rain that a lot of you like to see. So something that we are keeping a close eye on, reminders, do be careful, because I understand you want to do bonfires, you want to go out there, roast some s'mores. That is perfectly okay. Just do be careful, with a lack of dry air, we're going to have obviously a pretty dry fall, and we've been pretty in that mode. We haven't been too excessively dry, but it is beginning to get noticeable that we are needing some rain. We may get some this coming up next weekend. On that note, so I know that's Halloween weekend, all that stuff coming up, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Obviously, with low humidity days, never burn on a windy day. This is why that burn ban gets issued early in the winter months, and that goes through the early spring months as well. So there's not a burn ban in effect. I'm just giving you some reminders to be careful out there. Again, remember, follow local burn ban because each county is different. Not every individual follows the same county guideline, as everybody has their own little things. And also, remember, when you're burning leaves, try to be careful. Pick up any trash or any lawn clippings. Pick up those bulky the leaves, not bulky leaves, but the leaves you crunch up, and a lot of times they're already crunched up enough. Just go ahead and rake them up and stick them in the trash bag, or somewhere along where there's not going to be a fire preventing from that one little crunch of a leaf. So it only takes a little bit so much, and we always tell you this during the when we do go to the burn ban, they say the cigarette butts, be sure to quickly put those out, especially when you're driving. You don't want to have a fire starting on the grass or the side of the highway either. So again, just a few key reminders, and also remember, when you are having electricity, remember your space heaters, keep them away from almost anything. You don't want to have them up close, because that can also result into burn fires. And also remember, keep your stove and ovens closed in the morning. I know it's getting cold out there. You want a little warmth in. Advice is not to do that. So coming up a little bit later this fall, we'll have some tips, and we'll talk more with Fire Marshal Ted Anderson and things of that nature in the coming weeks as we get closer to those colder months. But no extreme cold expected this week anyway. Lots of sunshine. Highs back in the 60s and low 70s for a lot of activities happening this week. Take care. We're going to turn things over to sports after a quick break.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.